There is a reason you are seeing this. Not tomorrow, not later, right now. And if something inside you told you not to skip, if your thumb paused for just a second longer than usual, then listen carefully, because this isn't random. You didn't just find this message, something in you recognized it. Because there's a question that's been sitting quietly in your life, a feeling you haven't been able to explain. Why do you feel stuck? Not lazy, not unmotivated, but stuck. Like you're trying, but nothing moves. Like you're pushing, but something invisible pushes back. Like your life is paused, while everyone else keeps going. And maybe you've blamed yourself for it. Maybe you've told yourself, I just need more discipline. I just need to try harder. I just need to fix myself. But what if I told you, it's not what you think? What if the reason you feel stuck has nothing to do with your effort and everything to do with something deeper, something hidden, something you've never been taught to see? Stay with me, because this might change the way you see your entire life. You know that feeling, don't you? Waking up with this quiet heaviness in your chest, not sadness exactly, but not peace either. Scrolling through your phone, watching other people move forward, build things, achieve things, become things, and you wonder, why not me? You have ideas, dreams, energy sometimes, but when it's time to act, you freeze, or you start, and then stop, or something unexpected happens, and everything falls apart again. And the worst part isn't failing, it's repeating the same patterns, the same emotions, the same disappointments, over and over again, like you're living in a loop you didn't choose. And slowly, quietly, you begin to doubt yourself. Maybe you're not capable, maybe you're not meant for more, maybe this is just who you are. But listen to me, that voice, it's not truth, it's conditioning. Because the real reason you feel stuck is not because you lack discipline. It's because you are trying to move forward with an identity that was built in a past that no longer exists. Let that sink in. You're trying to create a new life with an old version of yourself. And that version was shaped by moments you didn't choose, things you heard, things you felt, things you went through, moments where you learned, without realizing, what was possible for you and what wasn't. And those beliefs didn't stay in the past, they became you. Think about it. Every time you tried something and it didn't work, your mind stored it. Every time you were judged, rejected, misunderstood, your mind adapted. Every time you felt not enough, a silent rule was created inside you. And now, even when you consciously want to move forward, something deeper holds you back. Not because you're weak, but because you're protecting an identity. An identity that says, this is who I am. This is what happens to me. This is how far I can go. And here's the truth no one tells you. You don't get stuck in life. You stay loyal to who you believe you are. That's why you can feel motivated one moment and completely blocked the next. Because motivation lives in your mind. But identity lives in your nervous system. And your nervous system doesn't care about your goals. It cares about what feels familiar, even if that familiarity is struggle, even if that familiarity is being stuck. So when you try to change, when you try to step into something new, your system resists, not to hurt you, but to keep you safe, safe inside the version of you it knows, even if that version is the one you're trying to escape. And suddenly, everything makes sense. Why you start but don't finish. Why you want more but settle for less. Why you know what to do but don't do it. You're not broken. You're patterned. But here's where everything shifts. Because if your life is a reflection of your identity, then changing your life doesn't start with action. It starts with who you believe you are. There is a sentence, a simple sentence, but if you truly feel it, not just hear it, it can begin to change everything. And I want you to listen closely, because this is the core of everything you're about to experience. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Say it quietly in your mind. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Again. I am not stuck. I am becoming. At first, it might feel strange, maybe even untrue, because your reality doesn't look like becoming. It looks like delay, confusion, waiting. But that's only because you've been taught to see progress in one way: fast, visible, obvious, but real transformation doesn't work like that. There are seasons in life, just like nature. And not every season is meant for growth you can see. Some seasons are meant for breaking, some for questioning, some for feeling lost. Not because you're failing, but because something inside you is being rebuilt. You don't see roots growing underground, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. And right now, what you call being stuck might actually be your roots going deeper, preparing you for something you couldn't hold as your old self. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Let it sink deeper this time. Not just words, but a possibility. Because what if this phase of your life is not punishment, but preparation? What if every delay, every confusion, every moment of feeling lost is actually shaping you into someone stronger, clearer, more aligned? There's a story about a man who planted a seed. Every day, he watered it. Days passed. Nothing. Weeks passed. Nothing. Months passed. Still nothing. Anyone watching would say, "It's not working. It's dead." But the man kept watering. And then one day, suddenly, the seed broke through the ground. And within weeks, it grew taller than anything around it. Because all that time, it wasn't doing nothing. It was building a foundation strong enough to support what was coming. That's you. The problem is, you've been judging your life based on what you can see, instead of trusting what you can't. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Say it again. And this time, notice what shifts inside you, even slightly. Because becoming is not comfortable. It requires uncertainty. It requires letting go of who you were before you fully understand who you're becoming. And that space in between feels like being stuck. But it's not stuckness. It's transition. And the moment you start seeing it that way, everything begins to change. You stop fighting yourself. You stop forcing timelines. You stop believing that something is wrong with you, and instead, you begin to trust the process. But here's the deeper layer, the one most people never reach. You are not just becoming something new. You are remembering something that was always there. A version of you. That isn't limited by fear. That isn't defined by past experiences. That isn't controlled by old patterns. And every time you say, "I am not stuck, I am becoming," you are reconnecting with that version. At first, it's subtle, a small shift in how you think, a moment of calm where there used to be anxiety, a decision that feels slightly different. But over time, those small shifts compound. They change how you show up, how you speak, how you move, and eventually, they change your life. But you have to stay with it, even when it doesn't feel like it's working, even when your old patterns try to pull you back, even when doubt whispers, "This isn't real." Because that voice is just the old identity trying to survive. And you don't need to fight it. You just need to outgrow it. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Again, I am not stuck. I am becoming. Feel it now, not as something you're hoping for, but as something already happening, because it is. There are moments in your day, small, almost invisible moments, where you choose differently, where you pause instead of react, where you think a new thought, where you feel something shift. Those moments, that's becoming. And the more you notice them, the more they grow. This is how transformation really happens. Not in one big moment, but in thousands of small ones. So instead of asking, "Why am I stuck?" start asking, "Who am I becoming?" And watch how your mind begins to open, how your perspective changes, how your energy shifts, because your questions shape your reality. And now, something inside you is already different. You can feel it, even if you can't explain it. That quiet awareness, that sense that maybe, just maybe, you're not as stuck as you thought. Hold on to that. And if something in you is awakening right now, don't ignore it. Stay with it. Because there are more layers to uncover, more truths to remember, more shifts waiting for you. This isn't the end of something, it's the beginning. And you don't need to rush it, you don't need to force it, you don't need to prove anything. You just need to keep returning to this truth. I am not stuck, I am becoming. Let it guide you. Let it reshape you. Let it remind you of who you really are. Because the moment you stop seeing yourself as stuck is the moment you start moving again. And this time, not from pressure, not from fear, but from alignment. So take a breath, feel where you are, and recognize this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not broken. You are in the middle of becoming, and everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Stay with this feeling. Don't let it fade. Let it grow. Let it become part of you. And if this moment felt real to you, if something inside you shifted, even slightly, then don't let this be the only moment you feel it. There's more waiting for you, more clarity, more understanding, more transformation, and you deserve to experience all of it. So come back to this, again and again, until one day, you don't need to remind yourself anymore, because it will simply be who you are. I am not stuck. I am becoming. And before you go, before this moment fades back into your normal routine, pause, just for a second longer, because what you felt right now, this clarity, this quiet shift inside you, this is rare. Most people scroll past moments like this. Most people feel it and then forget it. But you didn't. You stayed. And that already says something about who you are becoming. So if something inside you is opening right now, if you feel even the smallest shift in how you see yourself, don't let this be the last time. Stay connected to this feeling, because there are more messages, more realizations, more moments like this waiting for you, and each one goes deeper than the last. You don't have to force anything. Just stay on this path. Stay around energy that reminds you of who you're becoming. So if this felt real to you, if this spoke to something deeper inside, then stay close. Subscribe, not as a button, but as a quiet decision to keep showing up for yourself. And when you're ready, go to the next message, watch another video, not out of habit, but because something in you knows you're not done transforming yet. This isn't just content, this is a journey, and you've already taken the first step. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Say it one more time before you leave, and feel it a little deeper than before. I am not stuck. I am becoming. Now go, but don't go back to who you were. Keep moving forward, even if it's slow, because you are already changing.